Reversao. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Aaron and in today's video I am going to be learning the Reversao. 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 The Reversao comes from capoeira. It is a soft acrobatic movement. It is a cartwheel variation, so I'll be doing a warm-up, then I'll do some drills, then I'll walk through the progressions and we'll see how far we get to getting the full movement in today's session. It's a beautiful day here and I'm at home. Here is my area I'll be practicing on down there on the soft grass. This is my setup. So I've got a few surfaces here and a pool to have a dip in afterwards. It's very hot today, so I am being sun smart wearing my hat. Don't mind my dirty undies there, that's from yesterday's workout. Okay, Reversao, let's get into it. Starting off, we will need to warm up the wrists, the shoulders, the spine, and the hips. 5-10 minutes, that's all it takes. Let's do it.
After that lovely side stretch on the rings, I decided to mobilize my spine using my yoga wheel, then opened up the hip flexors against the chest freezer. Onto the first active drill, esky sissy squats. As you can see, it's a partial sissy squat, leaning back into that open bridge position. And if you get thirsty, crack a cold beer, let the bubbles hit your lips and enjoy the lager. Building on the earlier progression, I'm using the same sissy squat but lifting one leg off the ground at a time to activate the hip flexors that will be required for the full pattern. Once I felt comfortable with the elevated position, I took my sissy squats to the flat ground with the one arm open bridge position just to start preparing for the full movement. After that, it was on to some basic cartwheels. As you can see, mine aren't flash, but that's all you need. From here, I just started stepping out the pattern. So starting off with a very basic two-step, and then from there, starting to feel out the basic shape of the pattern, which is a 90-degree step. The first hand goes down, the second hand goes down with the fingers facing inward, and then that back leg needs to kick and lift. Here's a better angle. As you can see, 90-degree turn, first hand goes down, second hand needs to rotate fingers back, and then that back leg has to kick over and recover. Then it was back to the esky to practice the full shape on an elevated surface, which makes it slightly easier just to get a feel for all of the steps. Here I'm jumping with both feet and recovering, but you can see the shape starting to take shape. Once I felt comfortable with the basic steps, I started to add some more power to the kick off the back leg, and I tried to land on the back leg also. I noticed that with a harder kick, the momentum carries you through slightly easier for the recovery. After that, I went to the ground with this crouching two-footed variation, which was designed to encourage me to spin my hips and try to keep the hips elevated and push into the arch of the movement. Once I felt comfortable with those, I tried the full pattern, but into a pistol squat at the end, very gently, just to get used to landing on that back foot and easing myself down very gently, just to get familiar with the pattern. From there, I started adding more speed and power to the kicking leg, trying to recover as best I could, until I realized I wasn't quite arching enough. Here you can see in slow motion, I'm not quite pushing enough, getting full bridge extension my hips need to be higher and I need to get more extension through the shoulder. So I started trying to focus on that, and the results were slightly better. I started arching out of the forward momentum. After quite a few sets of these, I started to fatigue and I started to fall. And then thankfully, my brother arrived and interrupted my session, but it was a nice break to have with him.
It's all in these bad boys, all in the hips, all in the hips, all in the hips.
After my brother's very valuable coaching, I tried to keep my hips more elevated and push harder through the right supporting arm, and I started to find slightly better results. Fatigue kicked in, but this was pretty much the best effort of the day, I think, in slow motion here. As you can see, I need higher hips and I need to push harder through that supporting arm at the bottom. But overall, in one session, I'm pretty happy with where I got to. So that is the Reversao. Remember, guys, it is all in the hips. Don't forget to subscribe. Please